Yo, what's up, guys? Damnation-n-Hellfire here. And of course, I got that guy I just can't seem to scrape off the bottom of my shoe. Ross, what's going on, buddy?
Good evening, everyone.
And we got Vikes is with us tonight, too. So let's see. So somebody said there's bounty going on today. Is that true?
That's what I'm hearing.
Indeed.
I have to say, I'm actually pretty happy with this bounty. When I first saw the way they were going to do it, I had some grave concerns, but after seeing the way it's played out, I'm pretty happy with the way that it's working, to be totally honest about it.
Yeah.
So, but let's get some screen shares started. We'll do some slides and we'll talk about some battle pirates because that's what we're here for, I guess, right?
I guess so.
All right, we're on episode 30, and today is March 1st of 2018. I like my new background for my slides with the subs. I think that's pretty cool myself. But anyway, bug fixes and tunings. Something really cool. Damage type pass-through is now displayed on the stat blocks for components. So I thought that was really cool. It was really neat to see what the pass-through values for some of the old PvP hulls were. We knew like all the new stuff was 360, and then you look back on stuff, you know, like King's Writs and all that, and you're looking at pass-through values of like 10, 15, 20. You're like, holy crap! No wonder we have to have 2 million some odd health points on our boats now since we're looking at a 360 pass-through.
Yeah.
But let's see. Also, the 2XQ mortar, the MIRV has had spread and splash added to make the MIRV behave more like traditional mortar projectiles. So, you know, no more your MIRVs always landed exactly where they were going to land in the first place anyway. They now have some spread added to them along with splash. So they'll still kill stuff, but not quite as fast as what they were doing it before. They also fixed an issue where the VXP token button would be clickable even if no viable tokens were available within the dot call info modal. I personally never ran across that, but I guess it was a problem. Current stack duration is displaying as weapon jam on blueprints. So I'm glad that they clarified that because I'm pretty sure there's probably people out there. It's like, oh, this weapon causes weapon jam. I'm going to put this on my guard hull so the attackers can't shoot at me after they get hit by it. So, yeah, I'm glad they clarified what was going on there and that they're in the process of putting it back to what it's supposed to be. Also, this week we got the Path of the Chameleon TLC. Ross, you want to go over that a little bit?
Well, sure. On the first one, you're going to use your assault fleets. It's going to be your Skyfire or your Phoenix, and the prize spec one you're going to pick up the Chameleon blueprint itself. And then prize pack 2, you're going to use the skirmish fleets. I would recommend the Fangtooth. Is what I did. Well, it went really well. And for that one, you're going to pick up a 3-day Chameleon build token, and along with the 30,000 VXP token. Now, in the last one it's a siege, and I use the Buccaneers. It's what I have, and I know people use the Hydra also. So either one will work. It's not a high damage target if you do have the charged armors. So, and that's what I would suggest. And you pick up 1-day Chameleon and build token times 7, and you also pick up a 30,000 BXP Chameleon token, and you pick up the CIC for the hull. So this Path to the Chameleon is actually worth a ton of tokens. And so I know people don't. I don't know if they have time or availability in their shipyard. But it's the same, I believe, the same one, same TLC as everyone did. We did last month for the Buccaneer.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking that. I want to say I think it is I don't know that the targets are exactly the same, but it's the same setup as far as you go from assault to skirmish to siege. So yeah, if you were able to do the Buck one last month, you should be able to do this one fairly easily.
Yeah, a lot of my guys are getting help getting this hull and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good prizes. I would have maybe liked to have seen just a couple more build tokens, maybe, and maybe like one more VXP token. Because right now it's like you don't get quite enough build tokens to build one hull, and you don't get quite enough VXP tokens to skull one hull. You know, it's just like if and you know they're pushing these, so people will use these to do expeditions. And it's like, well, okay, if you're trying to push me into building one fleet of these that hard to make me do expeditions, at least when you bring out the campaign, give me enough to do like a whole one straight up, you know. But
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to figure out. What is this hull gonna be used for? What are we gonna put on them? It's just everybody wants to know. And it's like I have no idea. I don't really plan on building it till I find out.
yeah, the whole purpose for the Chameleon is just for them to really push expeditions. Which I'll be honest, they did an update for expeditions this month, and I'll be totally frank and honest about it. I didn't even cover it in the slides because, from my personal opinion, until I think expeditions is worth doing, they can do whatever they want with it, and I'm still not really going to talk about it because to me, it's not something that's a good, viable thing in the game at the moment, so it's not worth covering, in my personal opinion.
No, I haven't looked at expeditions since they first came out.
Although apparently there's one for the base parts right now that you can actually do with Conqueror hull, so I thought that was kind of interesting and different.
But at the same time, I'm not going to build this hull myself, but I can tell you just by looking at the stats, this is a nice hull. So it does have possibilities. I mean, stat-wise, it's nice on paper. So
as I said, I might play with it a little bit just to see what it could be used for.
I think the one thing it's really missing that that made it a great general, that made the Zelos a great generalist, is the built-in duality countermeasure.
Right.
And we got so spoiled with the Zelos. So any generalists after that didn't have the built-in duality were like, screw it, that's a piece of crap.
Well, because it was so effective.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
They put retros for icebreakers and monoliths in the retrofit lab this week. So you can your icebreakers at R1, they'll get an additional 10% rocket reload and an additional 5% explosive damage. R2, they will get 4% explosive defense and 4% penetrating defense. R3, you'll get an evade bonus of 5% and a ship and structure deflection bonus of another 50. R4, you'll get rocket reload of plus 10%, and you'll get an additional 5% explosive damage. And last but not least, at R5, you'll get another 5% evade, another 4% to your explosive and penetrating defense, and another 50 to your ship and structure deflection. So yeah, if you
about an 8% increase in everything.
Well, your defenses, yeah, I think in your evade you get like a 10%, and then I guess in reload you get what 20% overall. So yeah.
It's not all that much difference.
Well, I will say this though, like when it comes to defenses, when you start getting up high there in like the 90s and stuff, 1% actually makes a pretty significant damage in the amount
it does.
of DPS that you can, or the amount of damage you can absorb. I know if you start moving, if you go from 97 to 98% resistance, oh my gosh, that's like a huge freaking difference in the amount you can take. I'm talking like millions of points of damage in some cases.
Oh yeah, I agree. That is true.
On the monolith at R1, you get ship DPS of an extra 200, structure DPS of an extra 200. R2, you get more ship DPS of another 300, and you get a 300 more structure DPS. R3, you get 200 ship deflection and 100 structure deflection. And R4, you get 25% building damage and 25% wall damage. And R5, you get 5% explosive defense and 5% penetrating defense. So there you go. So you can retro these, get them a little bit more up to date. But just because you can retro these and get them a little bit up to date does not mean, hey, I don't have to build my Inferno Dragons now. Please do not fall in that category of letting yourself fall behind just because you can retro your old hulls. You're going to be sitting there like, 3 months from now. It's like, why did I not build my Inferno Dragons? So, we warned you, so it's all on you. If you choose not to heed our warnings, I don't want to hear you complain 3 months from now.
Yeah, so I'm still not convinced on the Infernos yet. But yeah.
Dude, I'll be quite honest with you. At this point, like, I'm building them just so I can have something to do 115s with, since my icebreakers suck so bad in 115s anymore. I'm
yeah.
Hey, at least I can use Inferno Dragons to do 115s for a reasonable amount.
The Infernos do 115s pretty darn good. Yes.
Yep. So yeah, we got Bounty Season 7 going on right now. Start today at 1:00 my time, which was 10 a.m. Kickside time, and it'll go till the 5th at 10 a.m. Kickside time, which would be 1:00 p.m. my time. And most things are the same as far as bounty payouts and whatnot. You'll get your 800 bounty every 6 hours from your grants. Successfully attacking a base will allow you to steal 50% of their bounty. Nexus, same as five Nexuses per world. You go hook up to it and you get 25 bounty every 60 minutes. And you'll have the 2 rounds of Nexus spawns. The first will be from Thursday at 10 a.m. to Friday at 3 p.m. And then the Nexus, when that Nexus expires, you'll get your 2,000 bounty as long as you're hooked up to it and log in and claim it within that 1 hour and 55-minute window. And then you'll get your next spawn of Nexuses on Friday after that. It's pretty much like it's like 30 minutes, I think, after the one goes away, or maybe not even that long, maybe like 5 minutes. Yeah, obviously it's 5 minutes because it says right there on the slide. Duh. And then it'll expire when the season ends, and as long as you're hooked up and you log in and get your bonus, you'll get 4,400 bounty for the second one. So yeah, so if you're in Alliance, you can hook up to a Golden Nexus and hang on to it. One throughout the whole course of the bounty. There's a free 6,400 bounty for you. So yeah, as we all probably know by now, the bandit occupied bases are gone. And we're now using replica bases instead of regular NPC and jackpot targets that are repetitive and painful to find. We replaced them with replica player bases. They're labeled your opponent on the world map. And let me tell you, I've hit my opponent quite a lot of times today. But yes. These are copies of real player bases that are spawned as an NPC target and pay out bounty. Anyone who participated in Season 6 could be copied, but the spawning is random, and these are found around Drac bases. And let's first of all, for anybody who hasn't done this bounty, let's be extremely clear. These bases are copies from people who participated in Bounty 6, but they weren't copied during that bounty. So they were copied more recently. So you can go hit bases that could potentially have like the new Executioner 2 in there, or the Onslaught in there as part of their guard. So I would like to give a special shout out to Brent Wright if you're watching. I told you that was going to be the case. You told me I was full of shit and didn't know what I was talking about. You caused a big stink about it and got kicked off the page. Guess what? I was right. You're wrong. That's all I got to say about that. There's some different level brackets. There's the level 60 to 80 ones that can pay out anywhere from 150 to 250 bounty. Those are really good. Like if you were one of those people who copied my either Eviscerator build or King's Writ build from the last bounty, the single holes that were able to auto the map targets for free repair. A lot of these, pardon me, a lot of these bases you can actually go and hit with just those one boats again. So that's definitely your green zone. Pretty much, you can go and hit those with pretty much anything. Your 81 100s, you want to be a little bit more careful. Check out what's in there. As far as what you're going in with, because there could be some potential things that might cause you problems, depending on what you're hitting with. Like, because this is the range where you'll start seeing like Boulder Fists and Hopes and Eviscerators as part of the guard and stuff like that. And then, of course, you got your level 101 pluses. This is where you're going to see the boats that I mentioned, plus probably, the 2 Executioner 2s and just all kinds of shenanigans in these bases. That's where you really want to be careful at. Now, that those rules won't hold true for everything, because, there are level 112 people, 129 people out there that have bases that look like they should be level 50. And there's that occasionally we'll run across a level 70 guy. It's like, oh my God, I wish my base was as good as yours. So, those rules don't hold true all the time, but they are pretty good general rules.
Yeah.
Okay, you still got your base bubbles just like they are pretty much every bounty. Less than 10%, 25% during bounty, you'll get no bubble. 25%, you'll get a 2-hour bubble. 50%, you'll get 3 hours. 75%, you'll get 4 hours. And 100%, you'll get 4 hours. Checkpoints. The first round of checkpoints is 2,000. Wow, I screwed this slide up bad. Oops, that's what happens when you just cut, copy, and paste real quick. I could probably work for Kixeye, man. I just cut, copied, and pasted, and didn't do a quality control check. So yes, my job application for Kixeye is well started. But yeah, so Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, you'll have all your 2,000 check marks. And then for the first 4, and then the last one, you go up to 10,000. You'll get chests at 2,000, 5,000, and 9,000. And then for the big one, the last one, you get your regular ones at the 2,000 marks. And then the last stretch is the 57,120 bounty. And you'll get chests at 800, 16,000, and 32,000. So, yeah, that's pretty much.
I still say they need to change that last one. They really do.
Why?
Yeah.
You think it's too much?
Oh yeah.
I get what you're saying.
They could get what you're saying, but increase the 2,000s to 3,000 or 4,000 on those, and lower and like that, or some people get up that high and they just can't secure anything then. Or they wait.
Well, but that's the whole purpose of it, because that really encourages base hitting for that last day. You got Joe over there who's sitting on 57,000, or like 55,000 bounty. It's about ready to secure. You look at Joe and you're like, holy crap, dude, you're worth like 27,500 bounty to me. I'm gonna go smash your base. So yeah, that's why that is that way on the last day. So. I don't know how much it actually how much people have an increase of base hitting on that last point in time, though. I don't know. Obviously I won't know. Kixeye is probably the only one that knows that. But it's been that mark for a long time now, so it must be working.
It has, but yeah, I still say it hasn't been working that well.
Yeah. Okay, we got our first page of prizes. Dan, do you want to do this?
All right. Yeah, for our 1,700 point, we get a 12-hour ship build token, or we can get a Salt Disruptor D33 DR. We can get the Gluttony. Also get the Sinville Scattergun, and a 24-hour build structure token, and a max redemption of 1 on it.
That
2,400.
I really hang on just one second. I really like seeing that the Gluttony and the Sinful Scattergun there for only 1,700 bounty. I mean, that's for anybody who really wants to get into base hitting at this point. Like, there's the starts of a ready-made baser against easy bases for you right there for only like 3,400 points.
That's very true. Very true. and the 24-hour bill structure token, that's always nice to have.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you're like me, you still have tons of turrets that you need to upgrade. So yeah, and build tokens are always good.
Unless you're like Ross and probably coined them all already.
No, I don't. I didn't. I still have a lot to go, actually.
All right, for 2,400 points, you get the Agility System 4, and you can get 5 of those. Yeah, all right, and then next you get the Vulcanized Barrels, the Excalibur Gatling Gun. Everybody can get a King Rit, 3 of them for 2,400.
Yeah, that's a really good price for the King's Rit. I mean, that's a really good price.
Yes, it is. And anybody doing the Conquest Yard can now get a 24-hour token for it, times 5. You can get 5 days worth on those.
Yeah, so you can go from 42 days to 37. Woohoo!
There you go. Well, plus all your build tokens during the week for the weekly, and your FM. Yeah, it drops it down pretty far. All right, for 5,000, get the 2QX mortar and high explosive shells, the frontline platform ZU, and the EMP blast.
I'm actually kind of glad to see that the high explosive shells are back in there, because I passed on them last time because I just didn't have enough points to get everything I wanted plus those. I had to prioritize and get my onslaughts, and then some of the accoutrements that went with them, and I just didn't have enough points left for the high explosive shells after that. So I'm glad to see they're back.
I was able to get them both barely. I was able to get them.
Ross, do you want to do this page?
Sure. What we have new here, right off the bat, is this the siege missile D55X. It's going to be 10,000 points. Also, we're going to have 10,000 points is the precision missile system. Those are both the new items for the new hull. We're going to have the onslaught, and your max redeem will be 3. Your fire support platform M, and weight tactical module is 3.
Let's stop there for just a minute. What do you think the reasoning for bringing back weight tactical module 3 as opposed to just bringing back tactical focus module was?
I'm not sure. Those are heavy.
I don't. I have no logical thinking. I've tried it myself. It's actually a great module. It uses so much in weight that I had to remove it and try it.
Yeah, it's what, if I remember correctly, it's 6,600 tons on a hull. And the max weight of the hull is what, 20,000 tons to begin with. So you're losing up like almost a third of your weight for just one module. And that's before you even start adding other specials on that add even more extra weight to that. So I don't know. I would have liked to see the tactical focus back, because their thing for bounty has pretty much always been, okay, if you didn't get your weapon, your special, and your hull or whatever, this bounty, it'll be there for you in next bounty for a little bit cheaper. And that didn't end up being the case with the tactical focus module, and I was kind of really disappointed about that.
Well, I'm hoping that maybe they can go back through and redo the tactical modules and make them a proper weight, like the new ones are, to match the new ones, and it'd be a lot better that way.
Yeah. All right, Ross, carry on.
I guess if that's their, I don't know their thinking, but if that was their thinking, and they're gonna revamp the old ones and fix the weights, then okay.
Well, but if that's what they were going to do, then they should have done it to this one when they threw it in the prize list. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I would have loved to see the one that the correct one in there, because even if everybody needs that, the correct one, but not. I don't know about the weight tactical module. Okay, so next we have the also everything's going to be for the 10,000. We're going to have the new Corrupted Hope skin.
Oh man, I love that skin. We'll talk more about that later.
The new Onyx Boulder Fist skin. The Rosa Onslaught skin. And the Thunder Missile Dome or Thunder Missile Storm, sorry, cruiser skin. Now these are pretty good. I guess you're probably having a picture in the next slide, huh?
They're farther
coming up. Okay.
I was gonna say, yeah, they're coming up later.
What we have here.
Yeah, let's talk about the Siege Missile.
The Siege Missile D55X that's coming out as a Draconian, and it's for Conqueror and Defender only. So don't get any crazy ideas. But it's missile, obviously, and damage type is penetrative. Now, it's very heavy at 750 tons. It has a projectile speed of 250, an accuracy of 70, range 76. Now, this is where we start getting amazing, is the damage is 19,066. Reload time is 5. This also carries a explosive damage with it, so it's a duality, 4,766. Has building damage of 23,832. It has a flak evasion 30% and explosive deflection, right? Is 105,000 for each missile. So this is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, well, basically, it's kind of very similar to the mortar we had the last bounty, only instead of adding concussive deflection this time, it adds explosive.
Yes, yeah, but this one actually, it really has a punch on some building damage, though.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I guess the mortar did too. The mortar does well also, but this thing looks stat-wise, it looks also pretty amazing. So there's nothing that compares with it that we have currently, in my opinion.
You're not going to break out into Sinead O'Connor's "Nothing Compares to You," are you?
I do have moves.
I guess before that happens, we should switch to the next slide quickly.
There you go.
Dan, you want to talk about this one?
Sure. The Precision Missile System. This here goes with the new missile. It's only for Conqueror and Defender hulls. Weapon weight of plus 21%, which isn't too bad, really. Has a penetrative accuracy of 50%, projectile speed of 100%, and a extra penetrative damage of plus 75%.
So it's basically your HBR kind of sort of for missiles for the Conqueror. So there you go.
Yeah, these are going to fly fast. And the weight's nice. The weight ain't that bad, really.
Yeah. I'm glad to see it has a projectile speed plus 100 because the missile blueprint, their projectile speed was only 250, which is kind of low compared to a lot of the projectiles that we're used to. So it's good to see the plus 100% on this.
It's definitely a very good special.
Yeah. And then Ross, talk about the big boy.
Okay, we have the Missile Storm Cruiser for 45,000 points. It's a Draconian Conqueror hull. It is a tier 7. So its a max weight is 20,000 tons. It does have a base armor points of 2,327,500. With this hull,
I'm guessing that's the standard armor going forward for the tier 7 hulls because I'm pretty sure that's exactly the same health that the Onslaught had.
It matches it to a T. It does.
Yep.
So we'll see. Now, this one here, it comes with a penetrative range boost of 15%, also a penetrative reload, 75%, and penetrative damage of 85%. So it's obviously a missile hull. what we have it when you have is it's got a defense of a penetrative deflection of, let's see, that's 1,686,450.
Yes, sir. So all those executioner twos that have been stopping everybody from hitting bases, once you get this hole, you'll be right back in business.
Right. This it will have no effect. Okay, so tactical field resistance of 50%, which is nice. The defense handicap, obviously, that's pretty standard these days. It does have a ballistic pass-through listed. All the pass-throughs is now listed on the blueprints, and that's a 360 standard across the board. We have a combat speed of 30, turn speed of 30, map speed 35. Now, this does have a strange thermal imaging range, it's 78, but at least it's there. Now,
I wonder if that 78 is actually 77.6.
Right? I mean, that's what I was thinking, something strange like that myself when I saw 78. I'm okay, but
yeah, they do some weird. They come up with some weird numbers every now and then. It's just like, okay, whatever. Why it couldn't just be 80? I'm not sure, but whatever.
Right. But then that's the case. That's pretty good. So it has 8 weapon slots, 5 armor slots. So 6 special slots and a tactical module slot. It looks to me like a missile onslaught with penetrative deflection.
What I'm kind of noticing, and I really honestly hope they stick with this going forward, because it'll really address power creep, is it seems like stats are the same, they just switch where they are. Because, like, for example, I think the Onslaught had about that same amount of deflection for explosive, so they've just moved it up to penetrator for this one. You know, the health was the same, and, like, instead of having mortar bust, this one has missile bust. So it seems like they're definitely trying to keep the power creep under control, and they're keeping with the same kind of standardized stats. They're just moving around where those stats are. Am I wrong, or is that correct?
No, you're correct. And now you're noticing they're calling it like a penetrating range instead of missile range. They called it explosive range on the Onslaught. So they're matching them. I like it.
Yeah,
it's definitely going to address power creep, because everything's going to be roughly the same. So it's not like, oh, your old hull is like totally blown out of the water now because the new one came out. There's going to be places for all of them, it seems like.
But this is going to be the longest range missile hull we have.
With
the already penetrative range of 15% on top of what our 30% we can add to it too.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what was the boost on the crap. What was that hull called? Oh man,
the bus.
No, the bus isn't a missile hull. Oh. It was part of the missile Voltron hull. It starts with an L, I think, but I can't remember the name right off. Help me out, chat. What's the name I'm looking for here? Thanks, chat. you just like totally let me down. All right, you guys talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I'm going to go log in the game because this is bothering me now.
Yeah.
Oppressor. No, that's what Candy.
Oh, the oppressor. The oppressor.
That's a mortar hull.
But yeah. you're in the ballpark.
All right.
Oh my gosh! Liberator. It was Liberator. That's what it was.
Right. Way to go, Shane.
Yeah. Okay. So that was only 5%. So yes, this will indeed be the longest range missile hull that we had. I knew it had a missile range buff on it, and I just couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah. This is actually, in my opinion, it's going to run through bases for a little while, and it should be rightfully so. In my opinion, this new missile in the bases has slowed down base hitting or stopped. The top end. It makes it so they're still possible, I guess you could say, but it takes so much to hit a base right now. I'm looking forward to this hole.
Isn't it interesting? And like Shane and I were actually talking about this last night on the Hangout. Isn't it interesting how the basers always used to be whatever damage they put out, they would be weak against, and now we've done the complete 180 from that, and whatever damage they now put out is what they're strong against.
Right.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that is true.
We used to stop it. I mean, and boy, it was a standard. It was a go-to. How do you stop the hull? You put one in your guard.
Yep. Yeah, that's totally not going to work anymore. So it's going to involve a little bit more thought process.
Right. And let's be honest, in guards anymore, they drive by each other. Yeah.
Oh, they do. They wave on their way by. You know, that's the one. That's the one thing I really about this bounty. I'm like that's probably the only thing I don't like about this bounty is the fact that you have to kill the guard that's in the base as well. Like I was actually, I was talking to him earlier today. I'm like, if you really want to have this be a simulation of actual base hitting, I'm like, you shouldn't have to kill the guard because honestly, currently in the game, killing guards is harder than killing the base most of the time.
That is a fact.
My personal opinion. So, in my opinion, it's like after you kill the OP, the battle should just end and you should be good. But it is what it is. So sometimes you just got to bring in like a whole, like go in, kill the base, and then run away and bring in a whole separate different fleet to kill the guard. But I know I'm anxious and happy about the missile storm cruiser, and I definitely hope to be able to get them. And the way my bounty's going so far, I see no reason why I shouldn't, but never count your chickens before they hatch. All right, let's talk about the skins. We got the Thunderbolt Missile Storm Cruiser skin. Nice blue with some lightning bolt looking artwork on it. I mean, that's a nice one.
I like it.
I like it. It's a good one. But by far, my personal favorite on this whole slide is the Corrupted Hope skin. I love that. It looks like, honestly, like if you turn your head sideways and kind of look at it, it looks like either the face of Darth Maul or Darth Sidious from Star Wars. I mean, it's amazing freaking paint job, dude. I just absolutely love it. So
yes, definitely that is a very good
yeah, quite honestly, this may possibly be my highest priority in bounty. They're just kind of screwed up, but every now and then we all see that one thing and we're like, oh, I gotta have that, dude. I don't care what it does, how good it is, it could be terrible, but I gotta have that. And that skin is it for me currently. Then we have the Rosa Onslaught skin. It's a nice little rose color. Some people are calling it pink, but yeah, I don't know. I would definitely be ashamed if a pink rose color looking fleet came in and smashed my base. So that means maybe I might want to put it on my onslaughts to make other people ashamed when they get smashed by my little feminine looking fleet, So hey. And then you got the Onyx Boulder Fist skin, just basically a plain black skin for the Boulder Fist. So not bad. But yeah, by far my favorite, the Corrupted Hope skin. Which is your guys' favorite?
The Hope is the best. Yes.
To me, it's like they sent the Thunderbolt missile, the Storm Cruiser and the Corrupted Hope. They sent that to some top of the line paint studio, and then they called in Earl Scheib for Rosa and the Onyx.
Well, they probably spent so much time on the first two that it's like, oh my god, we only got like a day left to do the skin for the others. Quick, just make it a basic color. Go.
Okay, so you picked pink. I mean, even then, really? Wow. Okay.
Well, I mean, but think how embarrassing it's going to be when you get your base smashed by a pink hull, dude. You're going to be like, I'm not telling anybody this just happened.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I definitely like the top, the Missile Storm Cruiser skin and the Hope skins they're amazing. They're the best that we've had in the game so far, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's shoe, man.
Yeah, they're one of the best. Yes.
I love the Darth Maul skin. That's all I'm gonna say. I absolutely love it. I just think it's so funny how like you cock your head and look at it a little bit sideways and it looks like it's exactly like one of the Darth faces. That's pretty freaking awesome. And then I just threw like a little potential missile storm cruiser build together for those people who might end up getting it but aren't sure exactly what they want to do with it. So obviously I filled it up with the new missiles. Put the tactical focus module on it if you had them already. I was originally thought it was going to be in this bounty when I had originally done this. So, but anyway, and then you use your, of course, siege battery, siege targeting. I put agility 4 on it to help with evade and slow effects and whatnot. The new missile special on it, and then I also use the one that gives you the flak evade and retargeting true, and then speed system 6. I mean, it's pretty standard basic build, but it gives people who aren't sure exactly what to do with it. It gives you kind of an idea of where to go. So I'm not saying this is going to get you in every single base out there, but it gives, like I said, it gives you a rough idea where to start with. So I don't know. What do you got? What would you guys change on the build?
No, I like it. I mean, my concern is the CIC itself, or what do we call that?
Yeah, the CIC.
Yeah, because I'm out of them, so I'm gonna try to figure out what to do in weight, because this one here is so much better in weight compared to any other options, so it affects the build.
No, wait, you mean a 500-ton weight is better than a 6,600-ton weight? what kind of nonsense are you talking, Ross Crow?
Well, and I think they had just adjusted build time on length on those after I had spent a ton of time trying things out. But yeah, they're heavy, so that's where my build may differ. I might have to go a couple less weapons because just for weight, or I leave it off until I get one, and that might be a better option for me.
Or you can cannibalize one of the ones off an onslaught and put on here.
Right. No, so yep.
Because I don't know what modules you're using on your onslaughts currently. I found though, like if weight isn't an issue and you actually have a little extra weight, microwave dampener seems to be a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Yep, is that right? Yep. Is that the right? That's the one that decreases resistances of buildings and stuff within your range, right? Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that'd be purple.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, something like that. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, I know on my ballistic onslaught, I have that on that, and it seems to help some. So I don't know. So like, what targets are you guys mainly hitting in bounty? Are you going around with your fleets and just kind of farming the low level targets?
Yeah, I'm hitting everything below 100.
I peak everything. I enjoy some of the big ones actually.
I'm not gonna touch that. I'm not gonna touch that whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm getting a kick. This is by far my favorite event KIXEYE's ever done. For me personally, I'm getting to see people's bases, what they have in their guard, how their guard behaves. I'm getting there just a general sense on what's out in the community, and these are all players that are active, and so I'm liking that. I'm seeing some crazy stuff, but some are I've just passed on, and just because the damage is too high. If I could make it or not, don't know. It's just too high damage. But I sure love peeking them at least, and some of them, quite a few of them, I try.
Yeah, I've gotten a little too ballsy a couple times. I've had really good success in some, and you get a little cocky, and you're like, "Oh, well, I'll go try this one." And I tried one of them was a level 122 base that I tried, and I'm like, "Yeah, that didn't go so well." Just because you start going walking a whole bunch of bases with a boat or two, don't get cocky and think, "Oh, I'm going to try this big ass boat."
No, right, but at the same time, if there's actually people out there that there's for some reason or another they don't hit bases because they don't want to hurt somebody else's game, and I can actually understand that thinking. And this is getting a chance to get out and hit bases without hurting anyone. This is a computer. This is great, and I think gives me a chance to know what my holes can do without somebody laughing at me in comms or messages. Also,
well, and I was just getting ready to say that I think more than even messing up somebody else's game, people are more worried about, oh, I'm going to go try to hit a base and I'm going to do horribly, and like everybody's going to razz on me and shit. So this is a chance to get some a lot of good practical practice against bases that are currently in the game with nobody being able to laugh at how bad you're doing or like sending you a PM saying, "Oh my God, you couldn't drive your way out of a paper bag, dude." Or saying, "Oh my God, your fleet has to be horrible because it died in my channel," and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, this is a great practicing ground for you. So take advantage of it.
and that's what I am doing. I'm trying. These executioner twos are tough. I'll say that they really are. If when people have them defended correctly and positioned correctly, where you can't reach them or splash them out, wow, they're a little too much for my current fleet. But I'm having great luck with the designs that are out there. Some of them are really some of them I'm taking screenshots of. In all honesty, there's great ideas out there.
And the key thing to remember too is if you run across the base and you don't think you can take it with your fleet, then don't even try it. There's tons. There are tons of these targets out there on the map. Go find stuff appropriate for you to hit that you're not going to take a bunch of damage on, and just go out and have fun, man. This is honestly, I had a lot of concerns when they first said this is how the way this bounty was going to go. But now that I've seen it play out and I've seen the way it's working out, I'm actually really happy with this bounty, and it has potential to be the best one that we've had.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, for me, this is it. This is what I was wanting. I didn't want PvE map targets. So we have, in fact, we have players' bases as map targets. That's awesome. That's perfect. I mean, I'm seeing ones that are even say crazy things, say slander against kicks and all that. So they let everything through. And I'm also noticing base guards, some come right at you. And that's kind of fun, when you never know when those gates go down and you think you're playing against the computer and all of a sudden the guard rushes you. So that's it's something.
Have you, just out of curiosity, have you run across any square bases yet in Valley?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I ran across one that said FU kicks. I ran across one that a giant person's body. Man, like yeah. I ran the attempted the swastika. I hit that one, and boy, that one actually made me upset. It took so long. He's got things scattered everywhere.
Yeah.
That is like a level 60 or something. It was a lower one. So.
Small disclaimer. We do not support nor condone any of these base designs that we're also talking about.
But they're out there, so you got to peek those. Even I found a 114 square, so they're out there. Don't just not try. At least give them a peek.
Were you able to actually like hit the OP in the center though? Because I know that's kind of an issue at the moment.
I only splashed it out. I couldn't reach it.
Gotcha.
And I just got lucky by the fleet I had with that I hit it with, or I probably wouldn't have tried it because I did notice I couldn't reach. So
Yeah, I'm gonna laugh when Kick starts doing stuff about that base design again, because I remember before when people were going with the square design, they had done something where but wasn't it like you couldn't launch fleets at all until you fixed it or something like that?
Yeah, or you
Yeah,
couldn't view on the map or something. You know, you're stuck inside your base view.
yeah. So hopefully soon they'll be taking steps to fix that again. But I don't know what else you guys want to talk about. Have you hit any actual real player bases since Bounty started, as opposed to the PVE player bases?
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I got. Let's see, I think I got 2,200 off of one guy.
Cool.
just one, and just one, and I found that it was strange. You know, the bounty, the payout is relatively high, and it's high enough for me to enjoy hitting the map targets. You know, at this point, now I can see where at certain points they're going to be. My opinion of that will change. You know, when people are within the thousands, that's worth my. I'll go for it though. Then
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm really glad that we don't have to spend lots of time like stay up for hours and hours and hours hoping that we're awake when jackpot targets spawn anymore. But I do kind of miss that. Oh my gosh, I just gained like 15,000 bounty in 10 minutes. I do kind of miss that. You know.
but I think you could gain 10 to 15,000 off some bases. I mean, and that's a huge chunk, and it's going to be possible. So
Yeah, but it's just you're gonna take a whole lot more damage than what you would have off the jackpots. But I mean, at the same point in time, it's I'm glad I don't have to stay up for like 16 hours, 24 hours at a time going, has the jackpot spawned yet? Can I go to bed finally? You know.
right, or even and hoping you can because that threw your securing off also. You know what I mean? Now you can kind of plan it. Like myself, I'm secured. I pretty much am secured for the day. I'm at 18K or just over, and it's not, so I'm worth nothing. You know what I mean? I'm not worth hitting. So,
I could have told you you're worth nothing a long time ago.
but it works out well. I can continue on with the other BP things I was already doing, and which this usually takes away from because I have to sit there and actually watch towers or be on. And for jackpots, this is just I'm all for it, you know, and I'm all for it. I'm even trying the bases that I've taken more damage in. I'm not just going to the little ones. I might in the long run or late night. I might go to just to hit the littler ones. But this is what bounty was meant to be for me, and they nailed it. And I like it.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't got to wait around for the jackpots and try to time it out right to be on. Definitely, this is much better.
So let me ask you guys this: what's your target number? What's your target number of bounty that you're looking to get?
I would probably say I usually come in around, well, the first few bounties I come in right at like 70, 75, and that last one I did came in at 100. But I think my target's around 90. I think.
So as long as I get 65, I'll be happy.
My target that I was like after looking over the prize list and just accounting for that'd be cool to have. I suppose I'd like to have that because it's new. I'd like to have that for whatever reasons. I think my target number I came in was around 105,000. But there are certain things that if I don't get, I'll be fine with it. Like if I don't get the rose color onslaught skin, I'll be fine with that. If I don't get the onyx skin for the boulder fist, I'll be fine with that. As long as I get the new missile, the new boat, the new special, and the Darth Maul skin, I'll be happy and satisfied. So.
And how much is that? So just with that total, well, what's that total there? So if we're looking at
45, 55, 65, probably like 75K, I think, right around there.
And so that's actually, and then 75, 80. So yeah, 90 is my max. I don't even quite need that. I like to pick up some of those tokens, but they're a small amount. And then I personally would like the dang it, I hate to say this, but the Rosa, because I don't need to. I would like to be able to visually determine the differences in my onslaughts better. These old eyes and these glasses are not what they used to be, and these.
Okay, so wait, let me get this right. You sat there and made fun of the skin for 10 minutes, and now you're saying,
Sucks.
I want to get it.
No, that's why I'm trying to explain why. I don't like it, right? But skins to me really have their use in the game because I
They
use
do.
them visually to tell what's what.
It's okay that you like pink, Ross. You don't have to justify it.
No, and that's just it. I'll be hitting with pink calls. I really will be probably. I can't say that for sure because I like some of those other skins, and I'm not going to get them all. So it just depends on what works out and how it goes down.
Well, just get your pink skins on your onslaughts and then go flatten like Padre Prince with it. I'm sure he'll love you for that.
Yeah, pink. But they really have a great use in the game. So I'd like to have the new one for the missile cruiser also. I don't know if I'll be building two different different versions yet of that hull. I can foresee. I see possibilities in that hull, multiple possibilities. So the using that with combinations of what's out there now is going to be really nice.
I do would like as much as I do really like the skins, though. I do wish they would like rein in the prices on them a little bit because 10,000 bounty is pretty expensive just for aesthetics. And it's not like it's raid 5,000 or raid 10,000 points. It's like bounty 10,000 points, which is I don't want to say like 10 times more difficult than raid points, but it does take quite a bit longer to accrue, the bounty points than it does in a raid. So, yes, you're talking the prices are a whole lot cheaper, but it takes a whole lot more time to get those points, even though they're cheaper. So, I would just like to see it maybe I don't know, around the 5,000 point mark. I think that would be more appropriate considering they don't really do anything. It's just an aesthetic thing. But I'm sure they know that's like, oh, it's an aesthetic thing, and people really like that stuff. So we can soap them a little bit for that. So it is what it is.
But and my thinking is, if they were half that, more people would get them. So maybe
Yeah,
we'll see.
I don't know. As long as I get the corrupted hope one, that's all I give a shit about. All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up there. I know everybody's anxious to get back to going back to hitting some more bounty targets. So we'll talk to you Saturday. We'll do no quarter on Saturday like usual. But until then, make sure you give us a like, give us a subscribe, and share us with all your friends and tell them about the show and the page. And we'll talk to you next time. Later, guys.
Good night.
Good night.